Hello, and welcome to ED 602. That's the psychological and sociological aspects of youth at Goucher College. This is an online course for the summer of 2021. We'd like to welcome you. My name is Pat Abrams. I'm one of the co-instructors. Tammy Coit will be working with me as we split this unit of this very fast summer course. This orientation will help you become successful in the course. But the one point I want to emphasize is if you do have any questions or concerns at any time, do not hesitate to contact Tammy or myself. This is our contact information. The easiest thing to do is use Canvas email. However, if that's not convenient for you, you can text us or call us. Texting is much preferred. That way you can leave a message that we can address as quickly as possible. And we provided our personal phone numbers there for you. Please don't hesitate to email or text us. You know, things crop up as we move along. And sometimes they're the least expected things that kind of interrupt our daily lives. Giving us a heads up as quickly as possible can help us work with you to eliminate any particular problems you may have with upcoming content or upcoming assignments that are due. If you have a specific question about some of the content material you're not understanding or you're having difficulty finding something, please contact the lead instructor for that particular unit. And when I get to the next slide, I know it's small, but it's also on your syllabus. You're going to see who is handling each of these units. And so Tammy and I basically split it. I teach 3 units and Tammy teaches 3 of these units. So it's a very compressed course in the summer, and we will be moving very quickly. So please stay on top of things. Stay on this course almost daily. You know, we do have a way of checking to see that if you are keeping up, it gives us a total number of hours when the last time you were on. So if we find that you're having difficulty and you're not online, that's our first concern. Why aren't you online and working with the course? As you can see, we will have there are 5 major units. The first is an introductory unit, which just goes out and explains what we're going to be doing in this course and talking about definitions that we're going to be using throughout the course. The second part of this first major unit is taking a look at sociological theory and also psychological approaches, the difference between sociological and psychological forces and how they impact our youth. That's followed by Tammy picking up with a poverty unit, and then I will come back in with a unit on cultural design, which is similar to behavioral psychology, but it's not so focused on the individual, but rather all the stakeholders. It's a really fun unit to put together, and you'll like the fact that you get to design your follow-up. And that's followed by Tammy with the last 2 units on race and ethnicity, as well as finally a unit on crime. Hopefully by now you have had an opportunity to review the syllabus. Everything we want you to know is there. Basically, we're dividing this course into several different phases, and we're providing you as much time as we can to go through these units, but we're going to have to depend on you really taking control of spending time, at least an hour a day, possibly more. I know we spend much more time than that, even working with you all. But the idea is to take a look at some of these problems and external forces that have an impact on our youth in the classroom. And certainly over the past 18 months, we've seen a lot of issues emerge that we probably never anticipated. I've been teaching 48 years, and I can tell you that I never anticipated the problems that we faced in this past 18 months. And so I really enjoy teaching this course, and I hope that you'll be able to apply a lot of the information that we'll be discussing within the course to your own work. There are no required texts for this course. However, we have provided a lot of material within Canvas for you. Please use that material. There are specific directions regarding follow-ups and assignments. There are lots of readings we need you to do. We back that up with videos, either videos of Tammy or myself teaching as we would in the classroom, as well as support videos that we have identified that we believe are very helpful to you as you traverse this course. Follow-up assignments are our main assessment tool. They will actually count for 80% of your grade. There will be 5 follow-ups, 20% each that count for that 80%. We ask that you please follow the directions on the follow-up carefully as you prepare it. Use our suggested guidelines you're going to find before each follow-up. We're going to give you some helpful hints and suggestions. Listen to those. We're going to tell you exactly how to address this follow-up. Make sure that you are using a 12-point font and that you are double spacing. When you are asked to cite particular references, make sure you are using APA style, and we've got a lot of information online to help you with that. And finally, always attach the rubric to your papers. That way you can see our comments and we can show you where your strengths and weaknesses are. Hopefully no weaknesses throughout that paper. Due dates are not flexible, particularly in this very fast format. Make sure those due dates are listed on the syllabus and at the beginning of each of the units. Make sure that you are following those due dates. Don't depend on a prompt on the side of Canvas. Sometimes they're there and sometimes they aren't. And we don't generate those. Canvas generates those from what we have placed on the course. Most of the time they're correct, but not 100% of the time. So stay on top of those assignments. Print out that assignment page. Post it somewhere where you can see it daily so that you know exactly what's due. So far as follow-ups and revisions, they are graded on a 20-point scale. If you have an 18 or above, you do not need to submit any revisions. However, if you are so inclined at 17.5 or lower and want to submit a revision, understand that that revision must be submitted within 10 days of the first due date, and that it must be submitted with the original paper. You're just going to, where all our comments are, you're going to use a bold font or a different type of font so that we can clearly see where you have made those corrections. You can earn back to the 18 points. You will not receive more than 18 points. All of our due dates, again, are in stone and must be submitted by 11 p.m. Otherwise, they are late. Grading information, we use the standard grading scale for Goucher College, which is posted here. You'll also notice that our follow-ups, which include 5, are 80% of your grade. Discussions and blogs are another 10%, and the final 10% are the assignments and the wikis. Note that discussions, blogs, wikis may not be submitted late. They must be submitted by the due date. That will close. You will not be able to add. Don't try to send us anything. We're not going to read it, because we're not the ones that really want to read it. We want you involved in some type of communication, discussion, and so the significance is that you are working with the students in the class. Class is large, and so you'll have the opportunity to do a lot of reading with the number of students that are involved in this class this summer. You will be using Canvas throughout the course. I recommend you not use your phone. It doesn't always work real well, particularly if you're trying to see comments that we're making on papers. They're not going to show up on your phones. If you're using an iPad or some other type of tablet device or a regular computer, it is suggested that you use Chrome or Firefox. You find that it'll be easier to see everything there. Sometimes it just doesn't work if you're trying to use Microsoft Edge. Just a recommendation. I do use Edge sometimes, and most of the time it works, but not all the time. It is important that you stay online consistently. You need to be there every day. Folks, Tammy and I, when you have questions, when you're not picking up information, one of the first things we're going to ask you is, have you read this material? And we can also go into Canvas and see exactly how much time you're spending. So, don't play games, do the work. This is a course where you're going to get a tremendous amount of material to help you in your daily classroom work. There are external links that are provided for you, particularly during the race unit and also the poverty unit. They will be important as you write those follow-ups, and make sure that you're using those external links. There are many articles that are there that Tammy has placed there for your use. We're trying to keep you within the course. There may be something you want to cite from outside, maybe something that just has occurred recently that you feel is imperative to include in a particular paper. If that's the case, contact whoever the instructor is, either Tammy or myself, and just check with us about using those before you include them in a current paper. You know, it's easy to be successful in this course, and it's just a matter of you staying on top of things. Tammy is a very busy person. She's a school principal in Baltimore County. She also has 4 school-age children and her husband to keep her entertained, as well as teaching not just this course, but another course as well this summer. I'm not quite so busy. My biggest task in the summer is getting back and forth from Ocean City to Catonsville. But we have almost 70 students in this class, so we're going to be busy doing a lot of grading and working with you, answering questions and things like that. Stay on top of things. Don't let things get ahead of you. If something happens that results in you being late with something, notify us as soon as possible. That way we can work with you so that when we get to the end of this course, everybody finishes together and everybody finishes successfully. Stay on Canvas. Always navigate from the home page. Remember, this is in a linear format, and so everything you need is right there. Pay attention to the due dates. They're not suggestions. All right, these are requirements. That's when we're going to anticipate work coming in. We're going to open units in a timely manner, particularly around the 4th of July holiday. We know a lot of you are going to want to get away, and we may open things up a little bit early for you. But we're not going to open up the whole course all at one time. We need you to work together, and we will open them up. We will communicate with you, usually on Sunday mornings. Tammy or myself, depending on who's the lead instructor on that particular unit, will be sending you an email to remind you of what's going on during that week. Listen to the videos. Read the PowerPoints. Listen to the external videos that we have online. They're there to help clarify. You know, it's very easy to pick up when you are not using these materials. It shows up in the follow-up every time. Note that every assignment, every video builds towards that follow-up. And if you are staying on top of these unit materials, you're not going to have any problems. Everything will fall into place for you. And again, I can't emphasize enough, ask for assistance when you need it. Finally, 2021, a new normal. As I tell my own students, you know, guys, our lives have changed dramatically in the last 18 months. What we did before is in the past. Some things will go back in place, but a lot of things have changed. And so I know as teachers, you all have worked your butts off getting everything together and providing a quality education for your students. Tammy and I are in the same boat right there with you. And understand we're going to work with you through this, you know, as we prepare to go into not just this course, but also as you are preparing and thinking ahead about how you will greet your students come August, which is going to come really quick. We're all looking forward to a great summer so we can have fun in the sun. Tammy and I really look forward to working with you all. And again, I can't emphasize enough, communicate with us with any questions or concerns. Have a great day. We're looking forward to seeing you online beginning June 2nd. Thank you.